for everybody to come in. Golden handoff, wealth. I like it. Everything. It has been a great conference, right? It has been great. We can't be outstanding unless we stand out. Yeah, I like that. So many great nuggets. Seeing everyone's faces. Yes, I wish we were in person. Unique learning. Let's connect. Okay, Sandy. Sandy, unique. I like that. Unique. Johnson. Welcome. Okay, we just have a few more coming in. So how many tech savvy people do I have in here? Who's tech savvy?
Hi, Sabrina. This is
Hi.
Dr. Danette O'Neill.
Hi, Dr. Danette. How are you?
I'm good. Can't wait to be here
Good.
next month.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. I'm excited. Amy Snook, strategic partner session this morning. I know Carrie. Oh, Carrie Little is definitely tech savvy. Now I'm nervous. I want to get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. All right. Let's see who else we have. I love through Zoom, open up opportunities for more members. All right. Tech savvy, Dr. Oh, then I know all you guys are pretty tech savvy. I might be going over stuff you already know. So
Aaron.
yeah, but that's okay. You know what? Because we're going to share with each other. So when I leave something out, you guys pop it in the chat. That's what we're here for, is to learn and grow from each other. So I see there's just a few more people coming in, but I think are after the hour. Well, 3 minutes.
Hi, Sabrina.
So let's pop this up here. I'm Sabrina Brown. I'm Brown & Brown Real Estate out of Fresno, California. I am part of the California leadership team. I am the 2020 president. Why do I keep doing that? I did that at the I'm the 2020 treasurer. I seen Rosanna pop up and I read your thing, Rosanna. Thanks for messing me up. Rosanna, our 2021 president, is here. Thank you, Rosanna, for being here for California.
Thank you. Happy to be here for you.
Thank you. So super excited about being here. So we're just going to kind of jump right in. And like I said, I love to be interactive. So if I'm going over stuff that you already know, or there's something that I left out, or you feel like would be a great nugget for someone else, please feel free to throw that in. I love to share the spotlight. So let's do this, guys. Let's do it. So some of the things that we're going to be talking about today is the use of Women's Council branding, marketing 101 for your WOW events, tracking ticket sales and registration, navigating the Women's Council website, communication tools to effectively keep members informed and engaged, tracking network finances, and where to store it all. So we're not going to go in depth on all of these things. Some of them we will, not all of them, but some of them, because each network has specific things that they're using. But we are going to touch base on a lot of those items and just kind of go right through this. So let's go. First thing, brand guidelines for Women's Council. I think that's where we have to start before we start anywhere else. Before we start putting information out, we need to know what our brand guidelines are, where to find our brand assets. Do you guys know that we have a brand asset available to us that shows us all of the information that we need when we're putting our marketing pieces together, and where to find that? How many people know where that is? I know, Dr. Yes. So some people don't know it's there, but it's at wcr.org about brand/assets. So that is a good place to start, to make sure that when you're putting your pieces out that you're going to be marketing, that they are within compliance of the Women's Council brand. I don't like to use that word compliance, but we do need to make sure that they spend a lot of money formulating our brand. We need to make sure that we use it. That's how we're recognized. What's your font? We have Women's Council has a font. It's Baker Signet, and you can download this onto your system so you can use this when you're putting your presentations together. And I will be providing this link for you later on in the chat if you don't already have it. And this is something that is not on the national website yet, but I know my good friend Sam has downloaded and has one that is virus free that you can use. So I'll be sharing that. So Sam shared that with me and I'll be sharing that with you. Here's our Pantone colors, or our colors of our Women's Council brands. Now, when you're going through and using different programs that we'll be talking about today, this will be important. So if you're like, we're going to be talking about CANVA, and CANVA uses the hex color, HEX color. So we're going to talk about how you put that in into the CANVA and pull these colors up. So I don't know if you guys know how to do that. And we're going to talk about how to do a whole branding kit within CANVA to put our marketing together. These numbers, okay. Then also, what's very important when we're putting our marketing together is to make sure that we're using the correct terminology. And that terminology has, some of the terminology has changed. So if you have some old marketing pieces, it would be great to go in, find this brand terminology and update your information. We no longer use chapter, we use network. I know we all know that. We don't use WCR, we use Women's Council. And I would like for you guys just to go type into your browser WCR and see what comes up, because there's a lot of other organizations that pop up under WCR. That's why we don't want to use it. We want to make sure that we use Women's Council and people know who we are and what we're about. Now, we're going to jump kind of right into CANVA. This is a secret weapon. This is one of my favorite tools to use within all our little tech tools that we have. I recommend getting the pro version for your network. And when you guys are doing this for your network, don't make it your personal. Make sure that you get one that's for the network that you can pass down. And I'm going to explain why that's important a little bit as we get further into this. Because when we put that branding kit together, we can share templates in there. There's all kinds of, we can save file folders in there within CANVA, and you want to leave that to pass on to the next leadership team. So we're going to be talking about that as well. Let's see what we have here. When you sign into CANVA, there is, if you have the pro version, you're going to be able to go do this brand kit. So that's what I just kind of talked about. And you're going to be able to put the Women's Council colors in. You're going to be able to put the logo in. So it's always at your fingertips when you're putting your marketing together. I get to share mine. This is my personal one. I don't have one for the Women's Council, but as you could see in here, this is my brand kit. I have the PMN. I have the Leadership Institute. This is my company information, Women's Council California. This is in my brand logo kit, so I can always go back to these. Here you see that these are my colors that I have. And one of the things that you can do, we're going to take a little field trip into CANVA in a little bit, and I'm going to take you in there and show you how you can pull these colors down and create your own branding kit. But this is really, in CANVA, I couldn't find the fonts that Women's Council uses. So yes, it is not in there. We have to download that font. Someone asked that question in the chat. So yes, I will share that link with you in just a little bit, that has the Women's Council font. Let's see here. Another thing that CANVA gives us the ability to do is to format any marketing pieces that we're putting out. We have Facebook. This is the Women's Council. When we go in and put our events into Women's Council, this is the size it needs to be. And then here is Eventbrite. So these are the sizes that you would use to make sure that your marketing pieces fit where you're putting them. Have you ever gone on and looked at someone's site and you've seen that they're not, they don't fit, like you can't see the whole thing? That's because they have not sized it correctly. So if you go and Canva is really good. This is, I mean, for me, I am not a creative person. Canva makes it so easy because they actually say this is for Facebook, this is for Instagram. So you can just go there and click on the appropriate template. And I didn't turn my phone off. Click on the appropriate template and then create your design. What it also allows you to do is once you create a design, you can resize it. So let's say you're putting on an event and you want to make a Facebook marketing piece, and then you want to create the piece for Eventbrite, and then you want to create the piece for Women's Council. Well, guess what? You don't have to recreate the wheel. All you have to do is hit resize, save and resize, and it will give you that. It will change those over to the correct size. You will need to make a little adjustments to them, but you will not have to recreate them. Makes your life so much easier. So let's see here. And then also it gives you the ability to really stay organized. You can create files within Canva. And in those files, you can put all of your event marketing, your strategic partner marketing. So it's all formatted, it's in there. And so when the next team takes over, they're not recreating the wheel. They can go back and see what you've done before and just make minor adjustments to it. So it keeps it consistent throughout the years. And of course, you're going to update some of them, but you know, some of the things that you do on a regular basis, you're going to be able just to go in and just reformat it, change the dates and those types of things. The takeaways with this is just brand consistency, creating your network account, and then creating your brand kit, and then your marketing folders. So those are some things that we want to take away from this today. And I think that we are going to take a little field trip and head over to Canva really quick. If I can, I'll see if I can get in there. And then I just want to show you a couple of quick tricks because I know that I'm a visual person, and if I don't see it, I don't understand it. So I hope you guys can bear with me for just a moment. And let's see if I can find go back here and see if I can get into Canva. How many of you guys use Canva? Let's see. Well, maybe we won't be going into Canva since I can't get into my Canva. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Well, I can't get into my Canva, but there is a Canva that's on here. So I'm going to share this one with you guys. Let's see. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm having some technical difficulties. That just sums up my day.
Sabrina, you want to use my account? This is Danette O'Neill.
Oh, no, Danette, I can't get the system to minimize so I can get in there. So I can share a new screen with you. It is not cooperating with me for some reason.
I think if you hit escape, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm in there. Yeah, and I'm a tech person. I don't know what's happening. I'm not on my laptop. I'm on my desktop, and
I
I
had
usually.
to click on view and then
Mhm.
exit full screen.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I should have stayed on my laptop. I can work that. Let's see. I don't know why we are not.
Sabrina, can you go incognito and then log into your own account that way?
Well, it's not letting me. What's really weird is it's not letting me get out of here. That is really weird.
You mean
I
you
was
can't
having the
minimize
same,
Zoom?
I was having the same
Yeah, my
problem.
Zoom. Yeah, my Zoom is not letting me out, and I'm on my desktop. I never.
Oh, do Alt Tab. Do Alt tab, Alt Tab, and then you can toggle in between the screens.
Okay, Alt Tab. Okay, let's see if that's going to let me do it. And it's still not letting me. That is very bizarre. It's still not letting me do that. So what we're going to do is, I guess we will not be seeing the CANVA. Oh, now it pops up. That is so crazy. All right. All right. What screen are you guys seeing? Are you seeing CANVA or are you seeing event schedule? Oh, you're seeing CANVA? Okay, because I have two screens going. So CANVA, now we're in here. So I want to show you, now that you can see this, we want to go ahead and look at this brand kit. So if you were to add, oh, yeah, no, it's not going to let me do it because it's this somebody else's. This is a fake account. Okay. All right, guys, we are going to stop this and I'm just going to move on and then we'll go through CANVA a little bit later. I am sorry for the technical difficulties, but in Women's Council, we just keep it moving. So we didn't get to go through CANVA, but we'll go through that a little bit later. Once you have created all your marketing pieces, you're going to go through Eventbrite and you're going to create your ticket sales. It's great because it requires guests to register for the events. They can be free or paid. You'll be able to identify membership levels. You can, because you can set those all up. You have the opportunity to raise money through sponsorship and scholarships through there as well. And then one of the things that we do in California is that we put in there not raffle, but opportunity drawings for purses and glasses and all those types of things. And they can buy their tickets online through Eventbrite. So this is just another piece of tech that you can use to move your network forward by using Eventbrite. So how many of you right now use Eventbrite? You do? So you guys are using this. It has lots of neat features to keep track of your members. And then once you have those members, you can put them in there. You have all of their contact information. So you can start reaching out to those people that are not members that have attended your events to get them to join Women's Council. And then when you're thinking about scheduling your events, you want to start scheduling those events as far out as you can as possible. During your annual business planning, you want to create your industry event concept. And then basically all of your events that you want to plan for the year, you want to get those up front. And then 60 days out, you're going to confirm your speaker or speakers. You're going to create a sponsorship package or opportunities. And then you're also going to create your marketing, which that goes back to CANVA, where you can create that in your CANVA account. And then 45 days out, you want to send the save your dates. So you want to get your marketing out as soon as possible. Registration, ticket links, Facebook, Instagram, your microsite. You're going to do e-blast, private groups. And then 1 to 30 days out, you're just going to continue to share and promote the event on all communication platforms. And we're going to be talking about some of those different platforms that you can use to get the information out. So the first one is the Women's Council microsite. So we're going to go in there and we're going to log in. And some of you may or may not have access to this. This is usually for the leadership. Once they log in, they will have admin access to add information into the system. So what are you going to do in that microsite? You're going to update your member profile. You can find membership rosters. You can upload files annually or as they're updated, which are your standing rules, your annual approved budget, bylaws. They're uploaded by national, strategic partner information. And then monthly, you're going to add in your recorded meeting minutes, recorded committee meeting minutes, and then monthly treasurer reports and local events will go there as well. Think of this as a place for all important documents and files. So this is a key piece. So when you log in, if you do not have this admin access and you are part of the leadership team, then you will need to talk to National to make sure that they have you in the system correctly. If you don't have this admin login and you're not part of the leadership, because you're not part of the leadership team, that you won't have this. You won't be able to go put this information in, but you will be able to go to the site and see everything that's uploaded to the site. Here, this is the admin button. Just put that there so you can see you have to have admin. When you first go in, you'll get a second screen that this is where you're going to put your information in there as well. So it's not like when you first log in, you log in once and then you have to log in twice. Just wanted you guys to be aware of that. It's just a little touchier system. This, you want to add your profile into the Radius system, which is another system for our referrals. And then this is 150 by 150. That's what size your photo needs to be for your Radius profile picture. And when you think about Radius, think of this as money. This is where the referrals come in at. So this is another tech tool that we have available to us through Women's Council, but you have to go in and set your profile up. And I know that Rosanna uses this quite a bit and has several referrals going on right now. So it does work. So, but you have to have your information in there. So once you go in and you get past all of that, you can go and load your network. This is important to get your correct network. I have access to California and then all of the networks within California. Depending on what your position is, that will determine what you have access to. Usually you will only have access to your network. And that's where you're going to go to put all of this information in, which is your network management system. And basically, when you go here, you're going to see your roster. This is where you're going to go and download your roster. And then your members that have not renewed as well is in there in this system. And this is just a sample of what it looks like. This is where you're also going to put your events. And when we talked about that event size, there is a spot for you to put a graphic for that event size, that event, and it's here. And it tells you what it is right here. If you don't have it, it's 1,280 pixel by 480. It actually tells you what size this needs to be. And one of the things that you would be able to do is go to WCR.org and look at all of the different events that are going on across the nation. So that's why it's very important that if you have something that's going on locally, you want to put that in this system so other people can join you. Like Dr. Danette, I know she has an event that's coming up. If she puts that in there, guess what? I can go in there and see that it's coming up. and then I can go join that. So right now, since we're in the state of COVID, we're online. Everything's online. What a great opportunity for us to learn and grow and learn from our sister networks. So basically, put your information in here. And there's another tool that we use in California that I'm going to show you guys to put your events where you can share with people as well. But this right here is where we can go to wcr.org, see all of the events that are going on. So make sure to put your events in there. It's another tool that's available to us. And I don't know how many of you went to the strategic partner event that happened earlier today with CANVA and Aisha. And I know they talked about really showing your strategic partners some love. And this is another place where you can do that. You can put them in, here's your partner images, and then you just put the name in, and then you choose the file and you put them in there. And guess what? The system automatically formats them, and this shows up on your website. This is one of our networks, Inland Valley Network, and I use theirs because they have quite a few strategic partners, and it spaces them all out and resizes. This is something nice that happens in this system. In our previous system, it did not do this. If it did not reformat them. So you would have different size strategic partner logos throughout, depending on how they sent it to you. So now it's more formatted. But this is where you would go to showcase your strategic partners. The other thing that you're going to put in here are your documents that are important to your network, and we talked about what some of those were. Let's go here. And then your bylaws will get in there, standing rules, and then also your standing rules, if you're updating them, you want to make sure that you go put the most recent into the system. So if you've made any changes, you would do that annually. But if you have made any changes, then you would put those in at that time. You wouldn't wait annually. You want to make sure that the most up-to-date information is in there. When you're talking about your network's finances, we use QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a great way to track the finances. I know some people are still using spreadsheets. Some people have bookkeepers. The bookkeeper uses QuickBooks or Quicken. There's several different programs that you can use to track your finances, but QuickBooks is probably the easiest. You run your reports, and when you have your board meetings, you're able to just to print up your financials quickly and be able to share those with the board. And then you can upload those into your system. So they're in there. And we're going to talk about other places to store your information to make sure that the previous team has access to them as well. And that is cloud-based storage, your document storage. There's many different things that you can use, but today we're going to talk about Dropbox. Your entire leadership team can have access and easily share an individual file, an entire folder, or an entire Dropbox collection. So that is really good because you can change them from year to year. So it'll be the year 2018, 19, 20, 2021. And then basically you have a historical trackings of everything that's happened within the network. You want to keep that all together. And then you want to make sure that everybody that's on your leadership team has access, because if you're not available, they should be able to have access to that information. And then here, this is just a sample of Dropbox, what's in there, accountability reports, agendas and scripts for our meetings, AV, so budget, bookkeeper. And so this is just a sample of what you can have in there. So everybody has access to the information. And then we want to talk about how you're communicating with your members. You're going to have Facebook, and it's great for local, state, and network marketing referrals, social engagement, private groups, leadership. communication tools, because you can have private Facebook groups just for, say you have your 2020 presidents for your networks. You can have those in there, and it's a private group where they can share information. You can have Instagram. That's for some of your younger demographics. I'm not much of an Instagram person. I know Carrie is. I watch her Instagram stories, so I'm trying to learn how to do that. So that's something new. I like Instagram, so I'm learning that. But that is more for your younger demographics. You have eBlast. It's great for mailing direct to your not yet renewed, your active membership, any events you have coming up, peers, friends, any of that. And then calendar. So when I put calendar on here, there is a calendar that we use. It's called Team Up, and I'll share that with you in just a little bit. But it is a great way for you to put all your local, state, and national events in there just for your members. And it's a link that you share, and it gives them a calendar of what's going on. And it's a great way for, if they're not going into WCR.org, it's something that they can put on their phone, and it's a quick look. And so we're going to go through that. So that's something else. Video conferences, that's what we're doing now, which is Zoom. There's other platforms. There's this group called Join Me that will allow you to video conference. You can use your team. It's called Google Teams. You can do that for your video conferencing, but that's what we're doing now. So that's technology that you can use to communicate. I think we're all probably a little zoomed out, but that's just the way we have to do things. So I'll be glad when we're back in person. This is a calendar I was telling you about. It's Team Up. And basically you can go in there and set it up. This is our California site. This is our Women's Council Unicorn Leader site, but we have it broken down by district. We have districts 1, 2, and 3, Women's Council National, and Women's Council State. And they're all color coordinated. And basically you can see what's going on at a glance in the month, and it's just a link. You click on the link and it just opens this calendar up, color coordinated, and you can go in and join any of those events. This is a great communication tool for not only just your leadership team, but for your membership as well. This is one of my favorite little tech tools, little hidden tech tool. The other things that you can use, Google Docs, and this is Google Docs you can use for your monthly network reporting or annual audit reports. The other form that you can use is a Jot form. Let's see here. Jot forms, and it does the same thing, but those are 2 forms that you can use that make it easy for your networks to report out anything that they need to report. You go in, you create the form, you put in all the questions, you send it out in the email. They're able to just to type in the information, and it automatically gets sent back to you. So Jot forms to me is a lot simpler to use. But that's what I use. But when you go in and you're looking at, oh, I need my annual audit report as a treasurer, I send those out to the network treasurers. They're able to just put in the numbers and click send, and it's done. And it comes back to me, and then all the information that I need is on there. So that is another tech tool that you can use to just be more efficient. Oh, and that is it that I had, because we didn't get to do our CANVA, but I want to answer questions now. So if you guys have questions, let's go there and do that. Let's stop that share. I see a lot of stuff going on in this chat. So question and answer time. Let's do it. Who has questions?
I have
Hi, Sabrina.
Hi. Hi.
Do you want me to go? Hi.
Hi. Okay. Patty.
Hi, Sabrina. On the microsite,
Mhm.
in Texas, we're trying to encourage the local networks to use that microsite and put all their events on it.
Mhm.
Is there a limit, a space limit? I like the idea of them putting their documents up there for the members.
Mhm.
Is there a space limit on those microsites that you know of?
Not that I know of. So I think you can put all of your information in there. So I don't think there's any space limit. Especially since people rarely use them, I think that we probably have plenty of space in there. But I want you guys to really go back and look at WCR.org and then go look at the events that are happening and see how much access that we have to events right now. And then think of all the ones that are not in there that we could be participating in, right? So to let them know it's very important because they want exposure. And so for them to get exposure, they should have their events in there because somebody like me, I'm just a busybody, I'm nosy. I'm going to go look, see what events are going on, and I'm going to go join that event. But if it's not in there, I'm not going to go. So tell them it is very important. They can have people from across the state visiting them. So, yes. And then I see Kate Kelly, you have your hand up. I think she's not there. Kate, are you there? No. Barbara? Yes.
Hello,
Hi.
Barbara Mills Dubois, Inland Valley Network.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for showing our microsite off this morning.
Uh-huh.
I did that one.
Yeah. Okay, good.
One thing I always wondered, and I haven't quite figured out yet, if you're an admin, can you upload a photo for another member? That seems to be a really hard thing to get members to update their profiles.
No, because that's their personal profile. So no, you can't do that. But what
You
I
have to-
recommend is if they really are having a hard time, take the time to have a Zoom call with them and help them put that through. Just, walk them through it. Some people are visual, like I'm super visual. I have to see it. So it could be just as simple as that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Cher.
So my question probably sounds kind of stupid. I go on the site and I'm an admin. So when it comes up and I'm doing things, am I seeing what members see or am I seeing the back end? Because it looks so boring and awful to me. I'm hoping I go on there and I'm like, oh, is this what people are seeing? So I don't know if, am
No.
I seeing the back end?
You're seeing the back end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know that sounded stupid, but I was
no, you're like, oh, that's so boring. No, our website's not boring. It's great. But no, you're seeing the back end. And so you just have a little more access to them. And so, yeah, no, go to WCR.org and take a look. And that's what they're seeing.
okay.
Someone asked a question. They said, do we have to enter on our microsite and national? No, your microsite is actually national. So once you put it in your microsite, it uploads to national. So you don't have two places to put it in. So now, let's see.
Sabrina,
Okay.
it's
Yes.
Rosanna.
Hi, Rosanna.
I was looking at the chat for you. So I just wanted to say, somebody was asking where the CANVA color for Women's Council, the link, they were asking for that.
Oh, okay.
You talked about, yeah.
So here's the cool thing, guys. All this information you need is at WCR.org. I live on that site. So I will I see that Kate put she put it in the site for you, Kate Kelly. But if you go to WCR.org, and if you just type in brand assets, it will pull up there. WCR.org and then search brand assets. And the whole it's a whole booklet will pop up. It will have the colors, it will have the fonts, It'll talk about the logos. It even has our core values, our mission statement. Everything's in there in that branding asset. So pull that up, print it out, and share it with the whole leadership team.
Sabrina, this is Aurelis from DC, Maryland. I wanted to ask you on the national site or the microsite to gain admin access.
Mhm.
That available to the president-elect, the treasurer, and the secretary, or only the president?
No, that is available to your leadership team. The leadership team should have access to that.
Okay, that's not the way it is now. So we need to, who do we contact at national to,
Aris, let me find out, because I don't want you all calling national and then they get me.
Sabrina,
Can
Yes.
Sabrina, it's Rosanna.
Yeah.
I believe it's president and president-elect. It's automatically granted when you report your leaders.
Yes, but so does membership. Membership, I know, has it as well.
But not
Okay.
full. They only
Not
get
full, right,
access,
exactly.
they only get access to the membership list.
Oh,
An
you
events
just get-
director can only do
Yeah, so
events.
to be, the admin is the president-elect, so the full admin. And
Oh,
it-
okay,
when you
full
register,
admin,
So when you
okay.
report your leadership team, that should be granted. And then somebody else, I forgot the question I was going to refer to, sorry.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. And so do you guys all know where to go report your leadership team?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody say yes.
They say yes, yes. Yeah, okay. So, and make sure that you report them right away. It's important. And then also, you can go back in that link. If for some reason your leadership changes, then you can go and update that. You want to keep that always updated. Just don't do it annually. Make sure that if there is a change in your leadership, that you update it. Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Boy, this is a quiet bunch. Let's see. If you want early access, let's see.
Oh,
you
I
want
know
to-
what somebody else asked, if you could upload a video to the microsite.
Yes, you can. It needs to be a YouTube link. You have to have a link. Yes.
You can also do HTML code or Vimeo. So as long as you have, if the video is in, the third party site, like a YouTube or a Vimeo, you can do a link, or you can do HTML code. That's where Tech Savvy comes in. but either one
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah, no, Carrie, no HTML
Yeah.
code for me.
I was gonna say,
we want
Carrie
easy,
was just
Carrie. Don't
speaking a
scare
different
us,
language.
Carrie.
Oh, okay, so just to clarify, we're not putting the actual video on the microsite, we're just linking to a video that's sitting somewhere else.
Yes, you have to have a link. Yeah, it has to have a link. Yeah.
But just know, if you're on YouTube, when you click share, for the person that just made that statement, when you click share, YouTube gives you what is called code. So you can have a link, and every site is different, and you could test. But if you add the link, it's a link outside. But if you add the HTML code, sometimes it can sit in the body of the feed. And I know that sounds hard, but YouTube gives you the code.
How are you?
Yeah, I think YouTube is just the easier, for me personally, I like YouTube because it's easy. It's like kind of cut and dry. But like Carrie said, Carrie is very tech savvy. So she knows how to put all these different things in. I'm not even going to try to touch what Carrie just talked about, because someone asked for the cost of all the platforms. When you're looking at, there is a cost associated with most of them. Canva is I believe it's $12.95 a month. If you're looking at Zoom, for professional Zoom, it's $149 for the year. But they have different versions. Make sure that you get the version that is most cost effective for the network. And then any of these things that you're using, you want to make sure that you include those costs within your budget. And I know for a lot of us right now, because of COVID, we went to Zoom and had to start paying for that platform. It was not in our budgets. So make sure that whatever technology you're using, whatever systems you're using, that those are included in your budget. And then let's see what else. Canva's $12.95, Zoom $149 for the year. Jot forms, there's a free version of that you get so many documents. So you a lot of these things have free, are free. You just have limited access to some of the capabilities of it. But for me, I have the free Jot forms, and I only use the free one because I only use so many templates. I don't use a lot of templates. I think it's like 10 templates that you get for free. So that's enough for me. But if you want additional, then you can pay for that. And I believe it's also $12 a month. I don't know where they come up with the costs. So let's see. YouTube. There are coupons for Zoom. I got mine for $89 for the year. Thank you, Barbie. She shared that. Where did you get the coupon from?
I'm trying to remember. There's a program that when you go to checkout, no matter where you're at, it's a WikiBuy. It's
WikiBuy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And then let's see, what else do we have in this chat? Jot form is simple. Let's see, Rosanna, let's see. Oh, a great idea for strategic partners is to put a color border around their logos to represent their level of partnership. That is a really good idea. So guess what you could do? You could do that in Canva, right? I just keep going back to that. That is just a simple tool for us to use. But I love that idea because they do want to know if if you have a strategic partner that gave you $5,000 and then another one that gave you $500, that one that gave you $5,000 wants a little bit more acknowledgement. And that's a good way to do it since their logos are all the same size now. Yes. And then also Eventbrite has a cost to it now. You have to include that in your budget as well. They take out a little bit of your money, but you could use that. But it's nice because it does give you a way to track who's attending your events and reach back out to them. So it's definitely worth it. Do I have any other questions?
Hi, Sabrina. It's Kay. You did such a good job.
Hi,
I
Kay.
would love your opinion on document storage, and how important that is, and archiving.
Yes. So I go back to Dropbox. I believe it's 99. Dropbox is, I think, for the extended storage is about $99 for the year. And I highly recommend it. And basically what you want to do is just really you want to have each year. You want to have like a history. You want to be able to go back, and you want your new leadership team to come in and be able to follow that trail that you left for them, to be able to actually pick up where you left off and move forward. And so the way that you do that is making sure that you document everything. That's your meeting minutes, your budget, everything should be documented, and it should be all historical, and it should be by year. So I recommend Dropbox. It's easy to use. You can create all kinds of folders, and then those folders, if you can have private folders in there that don't get shared with everyone. It could just be, if it's it could be the bookkeeper and the treasurer has a private file in there that not everyone has access to. So there's so many different things that you can do in there for storage. I highly recommend having that. Did that answer your question, Kay? All right. Okay.
This is Crystal Gillen in Utah. I have a quick question in regards to Eventbrite. We're already using that for our events. You mentioned that you use it for your opportunity drawings. Do you set that up as a separate link and then link it to the event, or is it just a separate part?
It is actually, it's like a ticket. So basically it'll say red purse, and then the ticket's $5, and then they just pay there.
Perfect. Okay. Is there a way to incorporate that in the Eventbrite event? Does that make sense? Like to have a link so people go to sign up for your event through Eventbrite. Is there anywhere to add that ticket linked for the raffles or the opportunity drawings? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
No, well, well, your tickets are there, right? So your tickets are there, like, here's my event. And then on that opportunity drawing would just be, it would be the same link, basically. You use the same link, they go there, and then basically they'll have the whatever item that you're selling tickets for.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Now you could create a whole separate Eventbrite link for that, but then, you know, people are going, you know, then they're looking at two different sites. So it's better just to kind of have it all in one.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
And I would
Claudia.
recommend putting it at the top, because a lot of times when they go in and buy their tickets, they don't see the opportunity at the bottom.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Can you give us the link for the font that you were going to provide?
Oh, yes. Let me go
Thank
and
you.
find that font.
While you're doing that, can I just ask, do you absorb the Eventbrite fees or do you pass it on to the buyer?
You know, that is a network specific. Each network does something differently. Some people pass it on, and then some people, you know, they absorb it. So it's up to that particular network. And it could depend on the event as well. And some people, what they do is membership, they'll absorb it, and non-members, they won't.
Okay, good to know. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
And can I make a suggestion? Because it's different for everyone. So I like what Sabrina said. But so I would say, look at it from this perspective. If you know the cost of your event is $20, you could increase the price of the event and charge 25, but then you know the absorption is going to come out of that $5. Because think of perception. How do we, when you go to buy something, so in Illinois, when you go to the Secretary of State, if you pay for your license online, they charge us an additional fee to use your credit card, and we hate it. But if they would just roll in that $2, it's not as painful. Does that make sense? So you could go either way.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty
even
much
if
what
you
we
roll
do.
it in, it's still gonna show as yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes.
You still pay it.
Yeah,
but
you still
the
pay it. Yeah.
consumer that's paying the fee, they don't see that. They don't feel the pain of, why are they charging me extra? Why do I have to pay it?
Pay it. Yep, that's true. That's true.
I want to piggyback on that. That is absolutely a correct statement, because you're advertising a price for your event. And if they go to Eventbrite and now they're adding another $2.52 onto that price, that's not actually the price, is it? So it's better to roll it in, and you won't have that issue, because people have complained when they get to Eventbrite and see that it's not the price that you've advertised. Just a suggestion.
Okay, I'm getting
Sabrina, I
that
have a
link for you.
question.
Yes.
So I have someone questioning, because she's on the phone right now, and she wanted to know, she says that her events only show upcoming or current events on the microsite, but not the past events.
No,
Is
it won't
that-
show the past events.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
On the back end, you can go see the past events, but when it's front facing, it's only current and upcoming.
But only on, so on the back end, but not, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, they won't see that. Yeah.
I got a question about Dropbox again.
Okay.
I use Dropbox, and this is Kitty Cheney in Utah County.
Okay.
And I use Dropbox for my personal business. I absolutely love it. I love how easy it is to access the documents. I love how they don't have to change format. They're right there on my computer. I don't have to go to or right there in my file folders. I don't have to go to some other website to link into them.
Mm-hmm.
We use Google Drive for our network, but you have to go into that into the Google Drive website to access them. Go find the shared folders, all that. Maybe I'm misunderstanding some piece of it. And then the files, I'll have to change format a little bit. You can't do an Excel file in there. It's got to be, and the capability isn't the same. But, and I love the idea of moving the network over to Dropbox, except even within my team, my husband and I are a team. I have the $99 Dropbox membership. He does not. And he cannot access all of the documents.
He
would
doesn't
to pay
have
for the
enough
$99
storage.
membership. So we would have everyone on our board paying the $99 fee in order to access all the files.
It's not that they would have to pay. Well, they would have to. Yeah, they would because they need the storage space.
Yeah.
They would
Whereas
need the
Google
storage
Drive,
space.
it's the network can pay for it, and then everyone can just access it on the website. Or does someone have some other information on how to work that?
No, we all pay for our upgraded Dropbox.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't get around that. They want their money, right?
Yes, that they do. So if we have board members who, for whatever reason, I mean, $99 is not bad, but if we've got board members who don't want to, then we've got a challenge there if we're trying to put everyone accessing Dropbox.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And I am trying to get you guys this link right now so I can get that sent over to you. Any other questions while I'm doing that?
Sabrina, I just put the link for Baker in the chat, but like I said, make sure you're running.
Oh, you did the font. Okay, perfect. Thank you,
virus
Barbara.
protection. Yeah, make sure you have virus protection on your computer before you download any fonts. Hopefully you don't.
Yeah, a lot of them have viruses. A lot of them have viruses. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Another 100 to top one is too much. Okay. There's a
I
lot
have a
of folks on the
question.
chat. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Sandy. I know we were talking about the prices of different things, and we did not get to the pricing of QuickBooks and or Quicken. And someone mentioned or asked if there was a coupon for that we could possibly get to discount the price of whatever QuickBooks or Quicken would be. And I would like to know if everyone uses QuickBooks or if everybody is just doing the basic Excel, or what are you using to manage your financials?
So I think, Sandy, I know a lot of people are using a lot of different things, and there's different QuickBook options that you can use. Like you can buy the QuickBooks that goes on your desktop. That runs about $500 or $600. I don't recommend that. They do have an online version of QuickBooks that I would recommend, because then you can pass it from treasurer to treasurer so that they have access to it. And those run anywhere from $12 to $20 a month for the online version.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. And let's see, fonts in there, tickets in there, add on. Let's see. Agree with Google Drive. People are using Google Drive as well to store their storage. Let's see what else.
I would like to just comment on Google Drive from previous experience. Hopefully no one will encounter it. But I personally was using Google Drive faithfully until about a year ago. I needed a document that I know was in there. I had gone back and reviewed it several times, but when I went back, due to the updates and the upgrades that Google had did, that file became corrupt and I could not access it. So I don't know if that's something you all might want to consider and be mindful of, and back it up with another program or platform, but that was a very awful experience for me because I really, really needed that document.
Yeah, as far as document storage, I think Dropbox is probably because you can continue to buy more space in that. I think it's just a little more, user friendly. And especially for a network to be passed on from person to person, I just think that's a little bit easier because then you're taking people out. You can add people in, you could take people out once the year is over. So I think Dropbox just has a lot of features in it that is more network friendly. Yeah.
If you, with Google Drive, I put it in the chat box, as long as you keep their original formatting, it can't corrupt it. But if all of a sudden, like if you have an Excel spreadsheet and you change it into Google Sheets and you keep flipping it back and forth, there is a chance for corruption with that, is what I've noticed. I actually have the 2 terabyte program because I have a ton of videos up in Google Drive for Jazzercise. And I've been using it for 5 or 6 years now and have never had a problem.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, and I think it's all personal preference, to be honest, and that comes with as far as pricing, is it user friendly, and what the network has been using. So you don't want to you don't need to change what you've already been using, but if what you've been using is something that is not something that you can keep data and pass that down historically, then you do want to look at getting something else. You do want to look at something that you will be able to keep records, maintain those records. Okay. Well, guys, I think that we are out of time. Maybe 2 more questions and then we'll get out of here so I don't get in trouble. Any other questions? No. All right, great info. Well, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And I guess I will see you at the Board of Directors meeting. Thank you.